There is a bandwagon as far as the NFL draft is concerned, Terry Foster. I am a proud member of it, if not the driver of it. Jalen Carter has set up a meeting with the Detroit Lions. The Lions will bring him in. And here we go, Terry. It's about to get real, isn't it?
It is about to get. I hope he's on his best behavior. But this is exactly what I want. I'm not saying you got to draft Jalen Carter, even though I would. But kick the tires on it. Talk to the young man. Have him in your presence. See what he's all about. And then if you like what you hear, I would trust Brad Holmes, then draft him.
100,000%. And it's one of those things, too. I know Brad Holmes talked. I don't know what media entity he talked to. I don't think that we have the ability to play it because I think it was a television spot that we can't do because of the YouTube angle. But in essence, he said, we will bring him in, and we are concerned about football things. Now, you can look, everyone's going to read into everything. Like, that's what we do, especially at this time of the year. But for him to talk about football character was the phrase that he used. We're concerned about football character. Terry, I like that. I like hearing that because that's all I care about. I care about football character. I care about what goes on the field. I care about how talented that man is. That's what I care about.
Right.
Am I reading too much into it or no?
No. This is exactly because the Lions have been burned before by bringing in people without football character who they thought could play, and it didn't work out. But what you do is you just don't say, okay, I'm not drafting this guy because he did this and he allegedly did this, blah, blah. You get him in front of you. You talk to him. You put the little globe light in his eyes, shine it in his eyes, drip water on his forehead, ask him tough questions, and if his feelings are hurt, who the hell cares? But you find out what he's all about. If you like what you see, you draft his ass.
Absolutely. Real quick, Ed Catillus. I haven't seen you in there before, Ed. Appreciate you tapping into the show. Neil, can Sam Flannel name 3 players on the Michigan hockey team? Can you?
No.
Great talk. Spencer, am I reading too much into this? Do you like where my head's at with this?
No,
Mark
I like it. I like it a lot. They're going to bring the kid in. They're going to see what he does, how he fits them, and this is a strong enough locker room to kind of bolster a guy like that. And you got 2 first-round picks to take a shot at a blue chip stock. So I've been all in all the time. So makes me happy.
It's interesting to me, too. I saw The Athletic came out with their mock draft. They have Jalen Carter going 5th to Seattle. And
God, that would just break my heart.
That's what I'm saying, too, Spenny. That's what I'm saying, too. Terry, if they take him, I'll be not upset, obviously. There's not much you can do because I am not in the business of trading up. I am not in the business of not being able to use my greatest weapon as a franchise, which is Brad Holmes with a draft pick envelope, as we've talked about time and time again. I would be upset, though. I would be disappointed, Terry, if the Seahawks slid in there and took Jalen Carter. And look, Pete Carroll is one of the most slept. Talked about UConn being slept on. Pete Carroll's like the UConn of coaches.
Yeah.
Future Hall of Famer, for sure.
No doubt.
Yep.
Like, there's not a debate there.
Nope.
Probably in both college
Pete
and
Carroll can make bad eggs work out. I believe that this Lions culture can do the same thing. You don't necessarily have to find out, is he a good or a bad dude? You need to find out, can he fit within this locker room and excel with what the Lions have created now?
Well, that's what I was told, right?
Right.
I was told this locker room can handle anything, and this.
I'm going to tell you again, they can handle anything within reason.
But again, Terry, like this, culture's like a buzzword that fans use to fit a narrative.
I disagree.
Terry,
I totally disagree.
Show me a winning locker room. I'll show you good culture. Winning determines culture.
Yeah, it does. But the Lions have had awful culture. They've had guys who didn't believe. They had guys who knew they couldn't win. But not every winning locker room has good culture. There's guys in there hate each other. They just are so talented that they make it work.
Right.
The Lions make people believe in what they're doing. That culture goes into the community because back in the day, what the Lions complain about is their bad culture permeated to the society here. Now the good culture has seeped into the community. It's in Detroit, it's in Birmingham, it's in Troy. All these people are believing, and so that's how this culture has changed. And it's gonna work out, bro.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Pistons fan 11. And Terry, I'm curious to get your take on this. I'll say this: certain people have said Carter is, quote, off the Lions board after all the legal stuff. This proves otherwise. You don't do visits with guys you have zero intention on taking. And Pistons fan 11, that there is elements of truth to that. There is also not elements of truth to that. They will meet with the quarterbacks. 100% they'll meet with the quarterbacks. You leave no stone unturned through all this.
I'm going to disagree with you because NFL teams meet with people they have no intention of drafting. They have no interest in them. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to convince somebody else, I might be interested. Because then they might trade up, and if you want to trade back and get, equivalent pieces to Jalen Carter, then you can get somebody behind you interested.